Hello everyone, it's Destroyer here with a quick Rival Kingdoms update. Release 1.24 is out today, 27th of August, and it's packed with a lot of new and exciting content. There's dozens of new quests available, which you can find from the quest menu. There's a new campaign coming soon to the map, which is Rack and Ruin 2, so make sure you complete the first to continue the story. There's 5 new ancients coming. We have Yagumo, an epic nature ancient, which is the Japanese community ancient, and this will become available through the Force of Nature event. There's 3 new elder mages, which are Yelsara, a common ice ancient, Kwan, a common death ancient, Gydian, an epic nature ancient, and lastly we have Huojin, which is a rare fire ancient. He's the Chinese community ancient that will become available at a later date. There's a new decorative item called statues. There's various types and qualities available which will give your base additional defensive boosts. There's 2 events coming shortly. The first one is Guardians of Yelsara, which begins on August 28th. The second event is Force of Nature, which is coming in September. There's several changes to the user interface and visual effects, and also plenty of bug fixes too. There's 3 new kingdom banners as designed by the top 3 winning kingdoms of the very first kingdom tournament, which was back in May 2015. The first banner is a dragon, and if you look closely there is an E and an N in the tail. This is for the Epic Nerds kingdom. The second banner is a fist going through a wall, and this is for the Smashers kingdom. And the third banner is the swords with the shield, and if you look closely at that one, there's a capital R and a capital Z in the shield. This is for the Raiders kingdom. And this is the reason why there is a 1, 2 and 3 next to the kingdom names in the leaderboard. The biggest thing I wanted to mention has been saved for the end, and that is a change to spell casting. A lot of spells have a certain effect duration, such as Zhao's Scorching Heat, which damages and disables the spell tower for a set amount of time. You were able to recast the spell on the affected spell tower before the first spell wore off. However, it would cost 5 mana, but the spell effect did not get renewed. In update 1.24 that has been prevented, so let me show you a couple of attacks to demonstrate this. In this first attack I'm using Zhao's Scorching Heat to damage and disable this green spell tower. The effect does last for 15 seconds, so I am prevented from dropping the spell on the same spell tower for the duration of that effect. So it's important to know the duration of your spells and to keep an eye on the timer so you roughly know when to redeploy the spell. Right now I'm hovering the spell over the green spell tower, and you can see 5 mana spinning around that, waiting to be deployed. So there will be a change in graphics when this effect has worn off, which will allow me to redeploy the spell. Right here you can see that that has happened. The entire tower has lit up, which allowed me to drop the spell. So once again that effect lasts for 15 seconds and I'm unable to redeploy the spell on that spell tower. Moving on to the second attack now, where I'll be using Siku's first spell called Battle Lament. This is different from Zhao's Scorching Heat since this spell is deployed onto the troops itself. Right now you can see all of the troops highlighted when I hover the spell over them. This means that you can deploy the spell. When I try to deploy the spell a second time, you can see that there are no indicators below the troops. This means that every single troop highlighted there has been affected by the spell, and I cannot redeploy that spell until it's worn off. So now that the spell is worn off, you can see all of the indicators below the troops, and I'm able to redeploy that spell for 5 mana. It is possible to target half of the troops and then redeploy the spell again, as I'll show you in a second. Here you can see the spell has worn off and every indicator is lit up. So if I move the spell to the top portion of the troops, they have been affected, and I'm also able to redeploy the spell on the bottom set of troops. There's still quite a lot of spells where it's possible to rapidly drop them on the same area, such as Solric's Rain of Fire, which does damage to a large area, and there's others such as Zilla's Fang or Lyris's Unstable Current. The full details are on the Rival Kingdoms wiki, including the new Ancients, Guardians of Yelsara event and the statues. I've left a link to the wiki in the video description below. Thanks for watching, bye!